Hello, I just noticed my sound was way down. Welcome to this video on a beautiful, beautiful summer day. I'm loving it. I hope you are, wherever you are, I hope you have an amazing, beautiful weather because to me, this just makes everything so much better. My favorite season of all is summer. And I have a new deck. Actually, I bought it a long time ago, but I kind of forgot I bought it. It's called the Akashic Tarot. If you can see this, that's the book. That's not the cover. It's not the box. So I thought I'd pull a card from this. I was using them all day today, getting to know them, and then they were just like so spot on with me. And the card I pulled is Eight of Forces. Eight of Forces. I know they don't have the usual cups or whatever. It's Eight of Forces. And lightning bolt. This one is said the lightning bolt at the bottom. That's what it says, the lightning bolt. So the message is kind of like the tower card. Pretty much the tower card is what it is. A lightning bolt illuminates a stormy night sky, striking a tree down to the core. Puddles of rain pool upon the ground. This card shows that it is time of splitting apart, a time of loss, disappointment, and even metaphysical death. The death card, right? Which is not meaning anything bad. Whenever things fall apart, something better's on its way. And that is the best way to believe anyways, because it's always true. At first glance, the event may seem sudden or unexpected, but in the light that flashes, we see deep puddles of the storm that has been going on for some time. And of course, very rarely this just all of a sudden happens. It usually means it's something that's been building up. Even if we lose a job or a relationship, often it's we've known things were kind of rocky, or we're in the back of our head, we were wishing we didn't have this job. I want something different. I don't like this job. And then bang, right? We all know those experiences. So anyways, that's the card. There's more, but we don't really need to read because that's kind of what it means. So I want you to look in your life and go, okay, what is kind of being disassembled, or what is being brought down for me? What is seems to be falling apart that actually is meant to. And that can be really hard because especially if we're thinking about relationships, right? Jobs, whatever, right? Like, oh, I knew that I didn't really like this, but I wasn't ready for it to end because it really, you believe we need it, right? But it's just kind of the way of life moving forward. And when we are refusing to make the changes because we are scared, then often life, universe, God, source, makes those changes happen. So the longer you wait on something, stay stuck and don't take action or don't do something about it, the way it may end up happening is worse, right? It's almost like, oh, I didn't want that. Well, it's because you didn't take the action or talk the talk before, right? So just be aware of that. Go, what do I know needs to change in my life? What have I been putting off? What have I been procrastinating? And I need to start taking steps now because yes, the universe might stop me. And this happens a lot with people who don't want to slow down. I'm too busy. I can't slow down. I can't take time for me. You just don't understand. Now's not the time. And then they get sick or they break a bone that requires them to sit and have time and to relax, or they get really sick. Sorry, something's itching back there. Or they get sick, something like that. You don't want to wait for that. Don't wait for that. Do it. Now, the book I'm reading from today is also a new book. I've had this book 25 years ago. This is a new 25th anniversary edition, but I gave it away. It is The Life You Were Born to Live. It is about numerology, written by Dan Millman, who is a spiritual teacher. But anyways, don't know why he wrote this book, but it's kind of funny. He talks about life path numbers, but he also talks about numerology. Your number and my number in numerology is the number 5. November 11th, 1963, add up 11/11/1963 equals 32, 3 plus 2 equals 5. That's how you figure out your numerology number. And you can Google that too, you can figure it out. So I'm a number 5. And for number 5, what it comes down to, so the line for number 5, freedom through discipline. And that's what I want to talk about. Freedom through discipline. So freedom, my number 1 core value, my number 1 thing in life, thing I stand for, the thing I live for, the thing I, will do anything for, basically, is freedom. Freedom of choice, internal freedom and external freedom, right? but also through discipline. So what this means is, so discipline is my weakness. Discipline is something I need to work on so that I actually have true freedom. And this is for everybody. This is for everybody. I can say, oh yeah, I'm just going to have true freedom from my life. And I'm going to do whatever I want, whenever I want. And I'm going to travel wherever I want to travel. But if I'm not disciplined enough to make the money that I need to make, because that would require me to spend time doing something to make that money, then I'm not going to be able to have that true freedom. I'm going to be limited to where I can go and what I can do because of money. So it kind of goes hand in hand, right? To have freedom, I learned to have the real freedom through discipline. And so it's just something that I myself, like number fives, get to work through. But I wanted to talk about it today because it's so true, because we think, well, I really want this or I really want that. And this happened a lot with women who wanted to lose weight when I worked with, or work out, have a fit, healthy body, when I was a personal trainer, or when I worked with women going through menopause and wanted to lose the weight, nutrition, and all that. The discipline required to do those things was like, oh, that's the hard part. That's the hard part. It's not that how you eat is hard. Eating that way is not hard. Same with working out. The certain exercises that you can do to have more of a fit, toned body is not hard, right? It's the discipline to be consistent with doing those things and actually doing those things and not giving up on yourself and having the right mindset to work through them, right? Like, oh, I'm choosing to do this, so I'm going to do this. And for me, those things I find easy, and they are an area of my life that I find that are very important to me. So I do them. And you could be somebody who thinks success in a job is really important. So you are going to put so much more of your focus and attention and time on success in a job, maybe not as much on relationships or how you eat or weight loss or a fit body, whatever, right? It's all what we prioritize, what's important to us. So it's like, okay, what area of my life do I need to apply more discipline? What area in my life do I really want that freedom? Like when we lose weight or when we're feeling better, our health is better, it feels like freedom. Oh my God, finally, I'm free from, right? But it takes discipline to get there truly. And that's what a lot of people fall short on, including me, especially in number 5, because that is our lesson. So we have areas of our life where totally discipline is like a huge issue, right? So we just want to look at that and go, okay, interesting. Like we're all human. Everybody has some area. It's very rare that one person is good at everything, or if they are, they took years of applying discipline, structure, getting coaching, so accountability, to become good at all those areas. It took a lot of discipline. And when you are, so let's say if someone writes a book that becomes a bestseller and they get a lot of money, and so then they're completely living what appears to be a really free life. But it took a lot of discipline and structure for them to get to that freedom, right? So that's kind of what it is. So we just got to realize that and not give up so fast. And as a number 5, numerology, we are the type of people that love experiences. I love trying new things all the time. So I can be scattered. I can be squirrel. Everything interests me. I'm like off in that tangent. Then I'm over here. I get bored easily. Then I'm over there. Then I'm over there. But sometimes we don't stay with one thing for a very long period of time. It's like there's too many other things that interest us. So we're like, I get bored. I got to go here. I'm going to go here. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. And so therefore it's like, then eventually you realize, well, what am I really good at? Like, what can I really do in my life? Not everybody, but you know what I mean? That's as an example. So we just get to look at ourselves and learn more about ourselves. And that's what's like this life is all about. It's about living and experiencing and noticing, oh, I see how I've done this in the past. I see where it's led me. I see the outcome. I see the consequences of that type of behavior, that type of thinking, that type of believing habits has led me here. But now I want something a little different. So now what needs to change? And for number 5, freedom. It's hard for us to have someone to tell us what to do. We're not very good with a lot of confined structure or other people telling us what to do and do it this way or else. But if we can say, I'm choosing to do it this way, I'm going to be disciplined in doing this, I'm choosing it, that is freedom of choice. So then you're giving yourself freedom. That's the kicker here. I have freedom to choose how I want to be responsible. I have freedom to choose the actions I'm going to take. I have freedom to choose the habits I'm going to build. I have freedom to choose the things I'm going to do to get this outcome. That's kind of what it's all about. But we all can relate to that. So think about this in your life. Even write it down. What areas are you struggling at? What areas do you procrastinate? What areas do you struggle with? What areas have you still not done or had or whatever? And just look at, what are my habits around this? What are my thoughts? How much focus do I really put on bringing this as an outcome, right? Like what I need to do. Or do I put it aside, procrastinate, sabotage, not want to do it, tell myself I can't do it, think it has to be done a certain way. So definitely rebel against doing it that way and avoid it and just avoid getting it done and just telling myself it's just not possible. Which you don't want to do that. All right. Well, I hope this helps somebody. And take a look at numerology. There's so much information online, probably YouTube videos, as well as just Google it and write up your number and then figure out, take a look at it and just get to know yourself a little bit better and see, oh, I can totally relate this, or maybe you can't really relate. Also, I think it has something to do. It makes a difference if you're born close to midnight or shortly around midnight. That might make a difference. Anyways, there's lots of info online. I'm not an expert at it, but it is sure fun. Of course, like a 5, I love to explore different things. It is sure fun to look into. So this is really, to me, what life is about. Experiences, having fun, enjoying it, learning, growing, shifting, changes, seeing what's really possible, giving things a chance, trying different things. Because it's your life, right? Start living it. Truly start living it. All right, make sure to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. I'd love to know what numerology number you are. And if you're watching on Facebook, I have YouTube too, YouTube. And I also just did a video you can find on my YouTube talking about me, number 5, and explaining all the things it says in here about a number 5 and how it really relates to me. So you can look at that on my YouTube channel too. All right. Have an absolutely amazing day or night whenever you're watching this. Bye.